Hello and welcome to Johnny English. So, school's finished. Many teachers have stopped working, particularly if they work in public schools. Language schools have closed. But I'm going to continue to make videos throughout the summer. Maybe not so many, or maybe I'll make some more, who knows. But hopefully you'll enjoy the content. Hopefully they'll be helpful for you. And you can use this time to practice, improve your ability to speak English confidently, naturally. So practice, I will continually say this, the practice cannot be replaced, practice cannot be replaced by anything else. Of course, it's good to have a teacher, somebody who can guide you through the language, who can describe how the language works, and the context of language, etc. But nothing will replace you practicing the language. It does make better, as with anything else. Any activity that you do, the more you practice, the better you become at it. So I'm just going to give you a couple of tips today that hopefully will, if you apply them and you stick to them, that you will see the benefits of doing it. So one way you can practice is by listening to audiobooks. Now, there's nothing dramatic about that. There's nothing earth-shattering or wonderful that's different about listening to audiobooks. But what I often suggest is that you don't just listen to an audiobook, but you have a hard copy, either an ebook or an actual book that you can hold, and you can listen to the words as they're being spoken. Now, that does two things for you. You hear the sound of the language, you get the rhythm, as every language has a particular pattern. The sound of a language is very important, almost to the point where you can hear how to say things and structure the sentence, because the rhythm's not right unless you do. So you hear the pattern of the language, you hear this rhythm, but also you get to see how the words sound. You don't just have the look of the language. You don't just see what the words look like, but you hear what that structure of words sounds like. And that's very important, because in English, vowels, depending on where they come in a word, depending on what letters follow particular vowels, depending on the combination of letters, vowels can sound very different. Unlike Polish, if you know the sound of a Polish vowel, it will always be the same. It doesn't change. In English, that's never the case. So it's very important to know how the words that you are looking at on the page, how they actually sound when they are spoken. So by having a hard copy of the book or an ebook and listening at the same time to the narrator, you get to make that connection. And it's really good for helping you to build sentences. You kind of subconsciously learn how to express yourself and to say the language, collocation, all of those things are benefited by listening to an ebook. It's listening to an audiobook whilst reading an ebook or a hard copy. And the second piece of concrete advice would be to repeat what you hear. So when you listen and read, you shouldn't read pages and pages and pages, unless, of course, you choose to, and that's your stamina. But you should just read a short portion with the express purpose of learning how to say what it is that you're reading. So when you hear a section, repeat that section. So you may listen to the ebook in a sentence, listen to the audiobook, and read the sentence. Then stop it, and then try and read the sentence yourself in the same way. And that will help you to get your pronunciation right. It will help you to collocate sentences nicely. And also what you can do in the same vein is to listen and read along, like you're reading it together, and see how you sound compared to the narrator. See if you're making the same sound. See if there's some disconnect between the two. So those are my two tips for today. Get yourself an audiobook, listen to the language, read along to see how the look and the sound compare, and repeat yourself. Read along with it, repeat the words. In that way, the progress will be obvious. You'll feel the progression. You'll feel much better, more confident using English. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Please tune in next time for another video.